Hello and welcome back to 100 Essential Movies You've Got to Check Out. We actually have a really interesting thing that's happening between this week and next week with this, and I will explain that in just a second. First off, I want to thank everybody for stopping by and checking out this video. Make sure you hit those buttons down below for the like and subscribe, and leave a couple of comments too. I love hearing back from everybody. This week's movie was a game changer for a lot of reasons, and I can't wait to tell you about some of them. So, without any further ado, let me introduce Psycho from 1960. It is a psychological horror thriller based off of the 1959 novel of the same name and produced by Alfred Hitchcock. Psycho stars Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates, Janet Leigh as Marion Crane, Vera Miles as Lila Crane, and John Gavin as Sam Loomis. Psycho is an iconic movie, so much so that not only is it on our list of 100 essential movies that you should check out, it is actually on next week's 100 horror movies that you should check out. Now, I'm not going to cheap out and review the same movie for both, because I believe you guys deserve better than that. So what I will be doing next week for the 100 horror movies, I'm going to be reviewing the 1998 remake, which I don't think I've seen since 1998, but I do remember one of the big selling points on it was that it was supposed to be scene for scene identical to the original. So we'll go back to back. You can check out the 1960 version here, and then next Thursday on the 100 horror movies, we'll be able to check out the remake from 1998. The original novel was written by Robert Bloch, and it was loosely inspired by the case of a convicted Wisconsin murderer and grave robber, Ed Gein. Now, even though Robert Bloch wrote the book and Alfred Hitchcock produced the movie, I think the person that we really have to thank for this coming to fruition is Peggy Robertson, who was Hitchcock's longtime assistant. She had read the novel and brought it to Alfred Hitchcock's attention. Hitchcock enjoyed the novel so much, he bought the rights to it for $9,500, and then reportedly, I don't know if this is true or not, but I kind of hope it is, ordered Robertson to go out and buy all of the copies of Psycho from the bookstore because he didn't want the ending being ruined by anybody that had read the book, which I think is a really clever idea. I remember the first time that I watched this being thoroughly confused because I knew the premise of the movie going in, but I think it's like the whole first act has nothing to do with what I thought I was going to watch. We start off following Marion Crane, her boyfriend Sam Loomis, who I believe is the namesake of Dr. Loomis from the Halloween series, but don't quote me on that. It's just something I think I've heard somewhere before, although it's probably correct. We find out that Marion and Sam can't get married because Sam has a lot of debt, which leads Marion to steal a bunch of money and go on the run, hoping to meet up with Sam later to get everything squared away so they can live happily ever after. Not at all the storyline I thought I was going into after knowing what I knew about Psycho. While Marion is on the run, she needs to pull over and take a rest. Unfortunately, she stops at the Bates Motel, being run by Norman Bates and his mother. Yeah, maybe? Now, I don't think I'm spoiling anything here for anybody, but she does not stay at the Bates Motel for long. Marion goes missing, which leads us to Act 3, where her loved ones, including her lover Sam and her sister Lila, and even a private investigator, are trying to find out what happened to Marion. A couple of big milestones in this movie, and things that get parodied a lot, is the relationship between Norman and his mother, and by relationship I mean dual identity. And the other, of course, is the iconic shower scene, which so much had gone into to get that scene perfect There is even a quote about it being 78 shots and 52 cuts that changed cinema forever. The way that that was filmed, the fact that it was Hershey's chocolate syrup that was used to represent the blood in the shower, and also something that I've just always found incredibly odd and interesting is that Psycho was the first American film to feature a toilet. And it's also the first American film in which we hear a toilet flushing. That's how repressed Americans were in the 1950s. I think about stuff like that when I watch the old black and white shows where the married couple sleep in different beds. Did people really think that's how it was done? Or did nobody make a comment about that being false representation of married life? I have no idea. Probably something I'll look into in the future. This movie was such a commercial success that given the budget of $806,974, it made a box office return of $50 million. I guess that just proves Hitchcock knew what people wanted and didn't have a problem giving it to them. Who would have thought Americans really wanted flushing toilets and Hershey syrup, but it works. The Psycho franchise then went on to make 3 sequels after Hitchcock's death in 1980, with Psycho 2 in 1983, Psycho 3 in 1986, and Psycho 4 in 1990. Not to mention the remake that came out in 1998, which we're going to be going over next week, including a TV series that was more of like a prequel. I definitely 100% suggest checking this movie out. Norman Bates is an iconic character and might even be on the list of things to get turned into a duck, which is such a weird sentence. I'm sorry. Okay, with that being said, let's get to the scratching off of Psycho. And here we have the scratching off of Psycho. I'm assuming this is going to be either the shower scene or Norman as mother. Which I guess is a combination of both. Alright, a reference to the shower scene. I think we can allow that. So that is the scratching off of Psycho from 1960. Next week we'll be going over West Side Story, which I have not seen in a very long time. So I think it'll be nice to revisit that. I want to thank everybody again for taking time out of your day to check out this video. A very big I love you, thank you to my Patreon subscribers, especially the 2 new ones that joined this week, Ryan and Jill. You guys are awesome. We only need 10 more subscribers to do the giveaway for the Everyone is Awesome Lego set. I'd love to be able to do it in the next 8 days so we can still do the giveaway during Pride Month. So tell your movie-loving friends about us and let's build this thing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have you seen Psycho? Did you like Psycho? Have you seen the sequels? That's it for this week's video. I'll see you next Tuesday. And keep an eye out for the Patreon subscribers whose names are going to pop up in just a second. I love you guys. Later days.